Hi there! Well, today's video is going to be all about how I clean my wood look tile. Just about a year ago, I posted a video on the new wood look tile that we installed in our home. I called that wood look tile everything you want to know. I will post a link to that here and also down in the description box. I had a lot of questions before we chose the tile for our home, and I noticed a lot of other people did as well, but there really just seemed to be a lack of information out there. And since I posted that original video, I've gotten a lot of questions on what products and tools I use to keep my tile clean. So I thought in this video I would just go over with you all of my favorite tools, the products, and what I am using to maintain the tile. So let's go ahead and get started. So before I get into the products and tools that I use, I do have to say that the wood look tile is really easy to maintain. It's been a real pleasure to have in our home, and we've really been happy with our choice since we installed it. I would say our biggest challenge is keeping the floors free of cat hair. We do have 3 cats, so that is something that we do have to keep up with on a really regular basis, but I have got a vacuum that I'm absolutely in love with that really helps with that. So there are 3 things basically that I do to keep the floors clean. The first one is to remove dirt and debris and cat hair on a regular basis. Then I use a traditional mop and floor cleaner, and then finally I have a product that I like to use just for in-between touch-ups. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is our vacuum. So right after we installed our tile, we purchased a Dyson cordless animal vacuum. I have to say I think this is probably one of the best investments that we've ever made. The easiest way to keep the tile clean is just to remove any of that dirt and dust that builds up on a regular basis. I use my cordless vacuum almost every single day. I would say I probably skip a day here and there, but because it's so easy and lightweight to use, I just find it's really quick and simple to take 5 minutes or less every day. Just go around the tile and pick up anything that happens to have accumulated that day. That is probably the best way that we keep our floors clean, because if you don't let that dust and dirt settle, it really doesn't have time to get ground into your tile and to accumulate it all. It just gets pulled away every day, and that keeps my floors looking really clean. Now, although the regular Dyson vacuuming does keep the floors looking pretty nice, I still like to do a really deep cleaning about once a month. Sometimes this can vary depending on things like the weather, whether or not we're tracking in a lot of water or mud into the house, but typically I will try to make it a point to do a deep clean about once a month. And what I like to use for this is just the traditional mop and bucket method. I also have a cleanser that I use. My favorite floor cleaner is Pledge Floor Care. There are so many reasons that I love it, but it has a nice fresh scent. It doesn't leave any buildup or streaking on my tile. It doesn't leave any greasiness, which I have found with other cleansers. I would use those, and then I would find that cat hair and dust would accumulate pretty quickly, and what I discovered was that the cleaner was actually leaving a residue behind that was attracting that kind of dirt and dust to it, so my floors weren't staying very clean looking very long. Since I've been using the Pledge Floor Care, I find that my floors do get very clean, and that I am able to keep it up with just those regular vacuumings on a daily basis, and that keeps the floors looking really nice. Now, as for the mop that I like to use, I like a Livingbylynette Tornado. This is just a traditional mop. It does have replacement heads. I buy mine from my grocery store, but you can probably find the mop at most big box stores or Amazon or wherever you like to do your normal shopping. With the Pledge Floor Care, the manufacturer does recommend that you use about 1/4 cup per gallon of water. I use a little bit less than that. I would say I use about 1/4 cup for the entire bucket of hot water. I find that that's really enough for my floors. They still get freshened up nicely. They still do get very clean. It removes a lot of dirt and debris, but it's not so much that it leaves behind any tackiness or stickiness to my floors, and I don't have to do any rinsing at all. It just leaves them very nice and fresh and clean. So when my floors don't require a deep cleaning, but I do need to touch up the high traffic areas, my favorite way to do that is with the Swiffer Wet Cleansing Cloths. I find that they also don't leave behind any cloudiness or greasiness or stickiness on the floors, but they do a great job of picking up any dirt and dust that's in those high traffic areas, the areas that you may be doing a lot of cooking or walking or things like that. They're just a really nice quick way to freshen up the floors. So those are the products and tools that I like to use to keep my wood look tile looking new and clean. I think that I would definitely say that the most important thing that we do is probably those daily vacuumings with our Dyson cordless animal vacuum. I think that's just a really great way to keep anything from accumulating so that we don't have to do those big deep cleanings very often. Of course, you may need to adjust that based on your household, how much traffic you have, how many pets you have, and things like that. But I would say for us that vacuuming is really key, and then the Pledge Floor Care on those deep cleanings does a really good job, along with the Swiffer wet cloths for touch-ups. So I hope that you found this video helpful. I thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you very soon. Bye-bye.